Has anyone else been seeing a crazy amount of TikToks everywhere talking about the winter arc, or is it just me? Either way, we are going to talk about the winter arc because it officially starts on today, October 1st. So for those of us who want to enter a winter arc, let's go over some ideas of what you could set for rules during this time. And again, it starts today. So immediately I want you to bring out a to-do list, pen and paper, whatever you need to do, set up the rules today and get your foot on the ground running. Now, it's important to note that everyone's winter arc looks a little bit different, right? No one is going to have the same set rules that they're going to follow, and I really encourage you, you know yourself best. At the end of the day, the rules that resonate with you, use them. The rules that don't, leave them. You want to be able to put yourself in the best situation and set yourself up in a way where you can finish this challenge. And the easiest way to do that is by making sure that these are rules that mean something to you and that make you want to level up during this winter arc. It's funny too because I feel like this is such an interesting time of year during the holidays. We've got October with Halloween, November's got Thanksgiving, December's got Christmas and New Year's, and so many other holidays. It's an interesting time to be doing a winter arc given that we are going to be, in my opinion, a lot more social than we might be during other times of the year, because we're seeing so many different family-filled events usually, and therefore, you know, just you're less in control of your specific schedule. So that's why I think it's kind of extra challenging to do a winter arc. Maybe that's even why we need it all the more. So rule number 1 of the winter arc is to plan ahead. Now, you can either do this the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, but I highly, highly recommend the night before, every night before you go to sleep, or just close to when you're winding down, doing like a brain dump of your to-do list for what you want to get done the next day. Whether this be random house errands you have, any sort of tasks that you have to get done, any kind of goals you have, write it all out. So I highly recommend getting an actual paper calendar for this. I have tried digital planning so many times. I have the nice iPad. It doesn't work for me in the same way that having pen and paper and just writing it down does. If that works for you, do it that way. But whatever it is, write it down, make a plan every single night or every single morning or middle of the day, whenever it is you want to do it. But just plan ahead. That's going to be very crucial for the winter arc. The next one is going to be working out or physical exercise of some way, shape, or form. This could be a walk outside. This could be going to the gym. This could be an indoor workout. Whatever it is, working out and getting your sweat on and getting that, serotonin from just physically moving your body, especially if you can do it first thing in the morning before you do anything else. Barely look at your phone, just get up, go walk outside, go for a run, go to the gym, to a workout class, anything. Just moving your body first thing in the morning is going to make such a difference during this. And for those of you who don't normally work out, you can make it small. It doesn't have to be a full hour or 45-minute workout. Ideally, 45 minutes is the best way to go. But if you only got 20 minutes to do abs on the floor of your bedroom, then do that. But just do something to get you moving. With this as well, another rule could be just to wake up earlier in general in order to maximize the amount of time you have in your day and get things done from your to-do list, and also start with a workout. I think if you start right away just sweating and doing something for yourself, it really sets up your day right. Rule number 3 is going to be picking some sort of food to stick to. So or some sort of diet to stick to. I don't like using the word diet because that implies that you are restricting your calories. If you want to make that part, I know a lot of people for their winter arc are either bulking or cutting during that time and doing it for the full time. That's amazing. And I'm so impressed. I don't know if I want to do that. I would say more so I'm just trying to focus on reducing sweets, especially during the holidays. It's something that can so easily overtake all that we're eating. And so my go-to always is reducing sweets and reducing seed oils however I can. These are not easy things to do, but so I feel like finding a couple things that I want to work on in terms of what I'm eating makes it a lot more sustainable for me, especially because this is 3 months to do it over. But I also highly encourage, if you're ready to take it to the next step, to take it to the next level, pick a specific diet and stick to it and see what you can do. Or stick to it during the 5 days of the week, and on the weekend give yourself some cheat meals. Whatever it is you want to do, just pick. This is the time to try it. Try keto, try what. I am not a dietitian, so again, I would highly encourage you to do that research separately. But yes, that is part of the rules for Winter Arc. Usually it does involve being selective about what you put in your body and what you do with your body, hence the physical movement and eating. Rule number 4 for those of us who are not working out outside, get at least 15 to 20 minutes of outdoor time, okay? It doesn't have to be a run, it could just be a walk, it could just be whatever it is. It makes such a big difference in your mental health and your energy to go outside, especially if you live in a place where you can see sun. Just go outside for a short walk, just 15 to 20 minutes if you can. Everyone has time for this. Ideally, do it in the morning. Some people even recommend that you do that within 30 minutes of waking, but everyone has different schedules. I understand that that's hard. That's not something I can I personally can't fit that in, especially if you wake up so early that there's not sun out yet. Don't worry about it, but just at some point in the day, ideally in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes of outdoor time. It's gonna make a big difference. Rule number 4 is 2 to 3 hours of deep work every single day. Now, this is a term I had not seen until I started getting Winter Arc videos on my TikTok, and it's such a cool way to phrase it, of deep work. And I don't think I've been properly doing deep work in so long. And let me tell you, I did deep work yesterday. I keep saying it, it feels like a buzzword, but I actually did work and totally focused myself and my energy for just a couple hours yesterday, and I was so much more productive. Was it tiring? Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a big shift energetically to go from doing light work to just doing emails and whatnot to actually sitting down, focusing for 2 to 3 hours every day. It doesn't have to be 2 to 3 hours straight. I do like the idea of 2 to 3 hours and just knocking it out personally. Usually I try to get it in before lunch, but every day is different. Some days I have work, some days I have meetings. I can't always do that, but it made such a big difference yesterday. So this rule, especially for me, is one that I am really excited to focus on during these 3 months of the Winter Arc, because deep work is something that I have not been giving enough of my time and energy to like I normally do. And yeah, I am really excited. So I highly recommend this, whether this be for work itself, like for your job, or whether this be a side hustle or a passion you have, like anything that you have always wanted to do or want to spend time on and focus on that's your passion. Set aside 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours every single day and work towards your goals. And I think that hand in hand with the planning ahead, it's gonna make a big difference. And rule number 5, I think would just personally, I would say to just make sure you're drinking enough water, taking any supplements you want to take, and just rule 5, focusing on self-care during this time. So if it's that you want to build a skincare routine and you've just not done it this whole entire time, or hair routine, or honestly anything else, self-care, dental hygiene, I don't know what it is, if there's an aspect of your life, or you want to start getting manicures, anything like that you want to level up in terms of self-care so that you can present yourself to the world how you feel in the best way possible, this is the time to do it. I love to learn about that sort of aspect as well. I just spent this summer learning to like layer perfumes and scents. I finally found a signature scent, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for months, and finally like sat down and did, and it made such a big difference in terms of how I feel and carry myself. So self-care, drink more water, and focus on any other aspects you want to improve something when it comes to physical appearance or emotional like well-being. It could also just be that you want to journal more. I highly recommend it. This is the moleskin I was talking about in the previous video. I think you've seen it as well, but like journaling, I don't necessarily journal every day, but highly recommend. So yeah, so those are going to be all the basic rules for the winter arc I'm following. You can make your winter arc as complicated or as simple as you would like. So just please don't let this fly by. Today's October 1st. Even if you see this a couple days later, you are not seeing it too late, okay? You have the entire rest of 2024 to get yourself on the right foot. I feel like it's so easy for us to push things off during this time to January 1st and make it a New Year's resolution. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do think that you have a much higher chance of being successful at something if you just start when you're ready for it and just do it. I'm not trying to quote Nike, but I really do think that the sooner you start on your goals, even if you waver on some days, hitting the ground running is going to make a big difference as opposed to planning to do it in the future. Because then January 1st comes, and then you're like, well, I'm hungover from New Year's, so I can't do it today. I'll do it next week. And then it's next week, and you're like, well, I can't start in the middle of a month, then I'll do it February. You can always find a reason to push something off. Don't let this one fly by. And if you want more ideas and more inspiration, go on TikTok, search Winter Arc. But at the end of the day, this is all about the rules that you decide to make it. And you know what it is you're struggling with. You know what would be helpful to you to have more of in your life. Write it all down, make a plan, get it done. Comment below if you are going to be doing the Winter Arc Challenge with me. I would love to hear what your rules are. If you're changing anything up, adding things, taking things away, I would love to hear all about it. And I will see you tomorrow.